I could just see it. I was so excited. It is my plan now. We are gonna put some peppers in it, y'all. So if it's not broke, I say, why try to fix it? Yeah, I'm not doing Three Sisters. Disregard everything I just said. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And I know somebody's probably wondering, where have you been? I took a few days off. I have a life situation going on. I said that. It slightly escalated, y'all. And so I had to take that time. And but today I said it is time to get back to work. You cannot sit around and not work. And plus, I'm very excited, y'all, because I have started planting the garden. So today I am going to walk you around the garden so you can see what it's looking like now in January. Also, Happy New Year, y'all. So you can see what it's looking like in January and see what I plan for spring and summer. Also, my spring plans have changed a little bit. So we're gonna talk about that. I think this is gonna be somewhat of a lengthy video because, oh, sorry, I thought somebody was coming out the door. Because I wanna literally walk you around and tell you everything that I have planned so far. Everything is not planned. For one, completely forgot about the lilac green stalk. I walked outside and I was like, you definitely did not plan that, girl. So I have not planned the lilac green stalk. This bed, which I'm gonna show you everything, but I'm just kind of talking now. This bed by the grapevine, like right in front of the grapevine, I have to be strategic with that because the grapevine gets very bushy. And what I have noticed is when I plant there, it doesn't get as much sun as it needs. I have not planned that yet. Any of the green stalks that have garlic or onions or shallots in them, those have not been planned. For one, they won't be available until like June or July. Garlic takes a long time, but I will. I have planned the Bootstrap Farmer Hobby greenhouse and I have planned the other greenhouse, which is looking better, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm excited about that. And you're gonna see things that's covered that you have not seen a video for. I'm just gonna be honest. I did the video last week and I'm waiting for the sponsor to approve it. So you're gonna see that and eventually you will see that video too. I can't remember what I did in that video, but anyway, let's start walking around, y'all. I have some really exciting plans. And so let me just be clear. Even when you're going through something in your life, gardening, I know for me, even when I'm going through something in my life, like coming out to my garden, planting my garden, all of that stuff, it makes me so happy inside. So I'm so glad I have this as an option to help me when I'm going through stuff. It was something I was about to say to y'all. I don't remember. Anyway, I don't remember. Y'all, I have literally started planning out everything. I am so excited. And last year, I posted my plans in the community section. If that was helpful, like I posted every page in the community section, if that was helpful for you, let me know. Because when I am completely done, I will post all of that to the community section if it was helpful to y'all. So we're gonna walk through. I'm very excited. Oh, I started more seeds. I used the freeze dryer. The quail have a new home. It's so much stuff I need to tell y'all that is gonna have to come during this week. Also, have not set up any of the hydroponics grow systems, but I do plan to set up at least one or two, and I am gonna do a video about it because I know people were waiting to see that too. I honestly gonna be honest with y'all. I have been laying around trying to figure out my life. But I'm fine, just so everybody knows, I'm fine. And I know people are like, you always say you fine, but then you go missing. I don't do that a lot. I don't do that over here, but on my vlog channel, I have done it. By the way, if you are from my vlog channel, I'll be back, y'all. I don't know when, but I will be back. I'm not like not doing the vlog channel, just so y'all know. I just got stuff going on. And like I said, over there, doing this, so much different from doing a vlog, and I just enjoy it. Okay. Let us get started. Also, it's not warm out here. It's probably like 40-something degrees. Oh, but we're not freezing this week at all. Like nighttime temperatures, we have no freezes. So with that being said, I am going to fertilize, water, and all of that this week while we don't have any freezes, because I don't normally fertilize a lot in the winter, but I will tell you why I'm doing this when we start to talk about the spring plans. So let's start here with the green stalks. So you have this green stalk here. This has shallots in it. We are not planting this leeks just yet because we won't have it more than likely until June or July. This green stalk is a herb green stalk. It will remain an herb green stalk. We've already started the seeds for any pockets that are empty, so that is good to go. Also, this is the white green stalk that is supposed to go into the chicken area. I have been watching my son. There is no sun over there. I really thought there was sun over there. And then in the summer, the tree leaves come back. There is no sun over there. So that's going to switch to another herb green stalk. If you remember, one of my goals for 2026 is to preserve all of the herbs, pretty much thyme, oregano, rosemary, that I would use for a year. And I'm pretty sure, 100% sure I could do that as long as I have enough plants. So this white green stalk is going to turn into a herb green stalk. This is a leaf planter. If you did not know, I am affiliated with Green Stalk. So if you're interested in one of these systems, there is a link down in my description. So this is a leaf. So we have 7 tiers and I want to say 6 pockets. So this will be full of herbs as well. Right here is a green stalk that won't be available either because for one, there's strawberries. This is where the strawberries will live. They are perennial. They will come back every year. Then at the bottom, there's garlic and onions in here. So this is one we have not planned for. But when you come over to this side, the 3 right here, they're already planned for. This one is going to be a leek and potato soup green stalk. So leek and potato soup is something I had never eaten before until I started growing a garden. I absolutely love leek and potato soup. So this whole green stalk is going to be planned out for leek and potato soup. The top 2 tiers are going to be leeks, and leeks can be preserved either with dehydrating or freeze drying. I will preserve it whether I make the soup and freeze dry it. We absolutely love that idea. Or whether I just freeze dry or dehydrate, because it can be done either way. The leeks, I'm going to save them that way. And then under here in the next 2 tiers will be potatoes. I am very nervous about the way I'm deciding to do this, but the reason why I'm putting the potatoes down lower is because they get really bushy, right? And I would like the leeks to be at the top so I can make sure they don't get shaded, and put the potatoes 2 levels down. Now, I grew potatoes in green stalks before. Well, in one green stalk, I tried it. I did a whole green stalk full of potatoes. The potatoes did better at the top, but I am still going to give it a try with the 2 down here just because I need the leeks to grow too. And then at the bottom is where we already have celery. Don't know how long that's going to last, but I started celery seeds last night. As soon as they are ready, I'm going to plant them out. Celery likes the cold, and so I don't have to have all of these items at the same time because I'm planning to preserve, if that makes sense. So we still have 3 pockets, I think, open down here. Yeah, 3. So I want to put some more celery down here. I'm very excited. I hope that works. So just to kind of show you how I planned that out, I am not done planning. I'm very much in preliminary planning. So with that being said, let's see. This is the blackberry green stalk, right? It has 30 spaces in it. So there are 5 levels with 6 planting spaces. So I'm doing 12 potatoes, 12 leeks, and 6 celery. And I think that will work because celery is leafy and you can preserve the leaves and you can preserve the stalk of celery, as I understand it. I'm not even a celery eater, but I love it in leek and potato soup. That's how I'm planning this space out. Okay, so when we get to the pink original, this is what we're growing in here. Eggplant, we don't eat just a lot of eggplant. Honestly, I'm the only one who eats eggplant. We're only doing 3 eggplants, but I will tell you, eggplants grew really well in my green stalks last year, and that's the only place I'm putting them this year, I think, except in the Bootstrap Farmer greenhouse. I am trying to grow anything I'm growing out in the garden, any of the bigger crops like tomatoes, peppers. I am also trying to grow them in the Bootstrap Farmer greenhouse to see if I can make that season last a little bit longer for me. So we will see. We're also going to do 5 peppers in the pink green stalk, 15 beans. There's only 6 spaces. I did that wrong, y'all. I need to grow more beans. But anyway, I'm basically going to put 3 plants into each pocket. So that should be 18 beans. We're going to do 5 tomatoes, but we are doing small varieties. That's going to give us cherry tomatoes, 3 patios, and 2 orange hats. Oh, I know why I did this one like this. Because they're bushy plants, I'm not planting them all on one tier or row around. I'm going down. And like I said, there's 5 levels. So that's why I did it like that. But I still planned for 30 spaces. And then we're going to do 5 basil, 2 nasturtium, and 2 watermelon. Yes, I'm trying watermelon in my green stalk because I think that it can work. I've seen other people do it. I don't have a lot of success growing watermelon in a bed, in ground. I don't have a lot of success. So the watermelon is gonna go on the bottom level, and then I'm gonna use the trellising systems that green stalk has to hopefully hold them up. That's the plan with the pink green stalk. Then we get to the green stalk. I will be planting zucchini. Zucchini grew so well for me, and I don't normally have a lot of good luck with zucchini, but last year, late in the season, I will tell you that the zucchini grew very well in the green stalks for me. And so I'm gonna do 2 zucchini, then I'm gonna put 4 lettuce in between the zucchini. Hopefully the zucchini will shade the lettuce and my lettuce will not bolt. We're doing 8 peppers. If you remember, I said I wasn't doing a lot of novelty peppers unless I found space. Where I'm gonna put my novelty peppers are in my green stalks. And then my larger bell peppers and my cayennes, the things I want to preserve, like I really want to preserve, those will go out into the garden. But we're gonna put our novelty peppers that we really want over here in the green stalk. You know, we want them, but we have decided that they are not the best for our goals, if that makes sense. And then we're gonna do 12 beans. Like I said, we're doing 3 beans per pocket, 4 nasturtiums, 4 calendula, and 4 orange head tomatoes. With the things that are bushy, I am planting them down, and I'm not planting by the tier. And then we got another white green stalk. I purchased it, I don't know when I purchased it, but I wanted another white one, and I wanted it to be an original. And so we're gonna try sweet potatoes in there. I saw that green stalk did sweet potatoes. I think it maybe was on their YouTube page. I don't have great success with sweet potatoes in the garden either. So we're gonna try this in the green stalk. I think that I can control each tier better than whatever I'm not doing out in the garden, y'all. We're also gonna do 6 beans, and the beans are going to go on the bottom as well, in between the sweet potatoes, and 2 squash. That's gonna be on tier 4, but not right beside each other. We're putting the lettuce in between the squash again, so hopefully it can get shaded. And then we're doing black beans in this green stalk too, a yellow patio choice tomato, 4 calendula, and 4 basil. So just trying to show y'all kind of how I'm planning this out. And green stalk does have a template that you can write this in. I just prefer to do it like this. I mean, that's just me. Those are the green stalks. Like I said, completely forgot about the lilac. We have a gray, and we also have another lemon, but those have garlic in them, so it won't be available until sometime in June or July. What I'm thinking is, a part of my goal is beans, to preserve beans. I'm thinking when these spaces clear out, we're just gonna go and put beans in all of these spaces. But we will see. We haven't gotten there yet. All right, that's the green stalks, y'all. We're gonna move on to the bootstrap farmer greenhouse, and that way I can show you how the greenhouse is looking, as well as tell you what I'm planning to do in the spring and the summer. Y'all would be happy to hear I finally put the plastic on this door. That is some of the heat being held in. It's so much more warmer in here than it is outside, and that is so exciting to me. So y'all, the bok choy is looking unbothered. Not this one. Not sure what's going on with that one. But the bok choy is looking unbothered in here. I'm very happy to see that. In the past, my bok choy, like out in the garden, the larger ones, they haven't really survived super cold temperatures. So I think that it is a plus that I decided to put them in here. The kale, also looking unbothered. I think that we get better sun towards the front, so I'm keeping that in mind as I plan out everything. But I think that we do get better sun. You can see the plants are much bigger. Hey, y'all, all of the garlic has started to come up. Hope y'all can see that. Look, The garlic is starting to come up. And I said there was only 3 rows. There's 4 rows of garlic in here. I'm excited about that. I am excited to see if there's a difference from outside, inside. Where's the best place for me to grow garlic? I'm also excited because I'm like, with all the garlic I planted, some of this garlic gotta be good and able to be stored. Now, even before lifestyle life, and y'all, I'm not gonna tell no stories. I was not coming out here to cover, but I have added a cover to this. And like I said, you'll see that in the video whenever it comes out. So I figured we could come over here and take a little sit down in my space that I created in here. I absolutely love this little space. Somebody's car alarm seems to be going off. Don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but hopefully you can't hear it that much. So, okay, bed number 1 is this bed right here. I'm pretty sure. Yes. So we're calling this bed number 1. The middle one is bed number 2. And the one closer to the sink is bed number 3. We are growing peppers in here, basil, beans, marigolds, eggplants, tomatoes, and cucumbers. So what I was thinking, because the garlic won't be ready until June, I still feel like I can plant cucumbers like in between. That's my plan, y'all, to try to still use that bed to the best of my ability, because you can interplant garlic with other things, right? I have not looked to see if garlic is a good companion plant to cucumbers. I will. But right now, I am thinking I'm going to put cucumbers in that bed, and then I'm going to try to grow them up. And I probably need to add another pole, something for them to go up on. So in the garlic bed, we're not planting anything other than cucumbers for the spring and summer. And then in the middle bed, where we just saw the kale is at, that's where our tomatoes are going to grow. We're doing all vining indeterminate tomatoes, and we already have a pole that they can hang from at the top. So that's what we're putting there, indeterminate tomatoes. Then we're gonna do basil and marigold in the same bed with them. And I started more onions because I'm also going to do onions basically on the perimeter. So just trying to use the space as best I can. And so that's what we're going to do here. And we're going to do it on bed number 1, 2. We're not going to do it where the garlic is, just because we already have the garlic in there. And then for bed number 1, this is where we're going to do peppers. We're going to do basil, beans, marigold, and just 2 eggplants, and we're putting onions on the perimeter of that too. I am using the square foot method. I'm very hopeful that that works in here. So I want to use all the space I can to the best of my abilities. Peppers don't mind touching, so I thought that was a good idea. Beans, you can get 9 into 1 square foot. I'm also thinking of things that I could put at the bottom of the tomatoes. So we shall see. That's the plan for that. I have not drawn out any beds or anything. That'll be the last thing that I do, because right now I just need to know how many of each variety I need to plant out, because next Monday, so a week from now, I'll be starting my pepper seeds. So that's why, like I said, this is preliminary, because I need to know what I need to be planting. And I don't want to overplant a whole bunch of stuff this year and have a whole bunch of seedlings left, because when you do that, at least when I do that, I want to use them. And I'm not going to have space to use just a whole bunch of extra stuff, especially since I am planning, like really planning this year. Okay, so now we're going to head over to the quick tent greenhouse, which, like I said, look, y'all, it's looking better in here. It's looking much better in here. These plants looked really bad for a while. I did water in here, and when I say I turned the sprinkler on and let it run in here. I did that in the Bootstrap Farmer greenhouse too. I am not hand watering in the cold, but I will turn the sprinkler on, and it is working. Right here, look, do y'all remember this one was straight stunted, like just small for I don't know how long. Also, look at this. Those are Brussels sprouts. We love it. We love it. I don't know if I'm gonna get a harvest, and that's why I left everything, because I was like, something's gotta give. And our days are getting longer now that the winter solstice came. Things are starting to grow. They are, y'all. And so I'm excited. Y'all remember what these plants looked like? They looked absolutely terrible. Okay, so let's talk about this greenhouse now. My plan in here is mostly zucchini and squash. If you remember, I planted out earlier than my last frost last year into this greenhouse. And I had nice zucchini and squash plant. That is my plan again this year. I gotta find the page, y'all. One second. Oh, by the way, while I'm looking for that, I wanted to show y'all what I did first. Like before I started doing any of that, I wrote down the square footage and things that I had that was available in the garden and in the greenhouses, as well as the green stalks. That was helpful too. Oh, and the bags. I wrote down how many bags I had. Okay, quick tent greenhouse. Somebody asked me about roselle, and I was very much on the fence about roselle, right? But I know roselle will grow well in here. Also, if you remember, I was saying that I needed to put a taller bed in here. I'm not gonna do that because I am gonna plant roselle. And I think we talked about that and I just kind of forgot about it. But this is where we're gonna put roselle. So it can get as big and as bushy as it needs to. It won't shade anything out because it'll be against the fence. So that's where we're gonna put roselle. We're also gonna mix some zinnias in there. That roselle that I grew in the Vego garden bed last year, it was being grown with zinnias and they all grew well. So I will be staking and all of that stuff in here too. So that first bed is gonna be roselle and zinnias. This bed right here, this is gonna be 3 Romanesco squash and some nasturtiums. That's the plan here. And I want the squash also towards the fence so that it doesn't shade things out as well. And then we have this bed. With that bed, we're gonna have squash and zucchini. So basically this whole little section is gonna be squash, zucchini, roselle, and tomatoes. We're gonna do squash and zucchini in here, marigolds and nasturtiums. I am trying to make sure that anywhere something is planted, there is some type of flower, whether it is a marigold, nasturtium, or a calendula. I think that's how I decided, because I pretty much leave my greenhouses open in the summer and the spring. I leave them open so that, you know, things can come in and out if they want to, like the bees and the butterflies and things like that. So I want to be able to draw them to this area as well so that we can get pollinators into the greenhouse. So now this bed back here is going to be tomatoes, basil, and marigold. I will draw all of this out so that I know where everything should be being placed. Right now, just trying to figure out what do I need to get started. And it doesn't have to be fancy right now. I just need to know what I'm growing. Patio tomatoes did so well in here. I pulled those tomatoes out in 2025, but they were still producing. Tomatoes are gonna go in here. I would not do indeterminate tomatoes in here in this greenhouse at all. They just didn't do well. But the patio varieties did amazing in here. And so that's what's going in this greenhouse. I can just see the spring and summer garden, y'all. I could just see it. I'm so excited. Have not given them their treats yet this morning. They are waiting. I will give it to them too. Also, y'all, I'm thinking about getting a few green stalks to go right here. I know I said I wanted it for walking. I also put that on the screen that I might get some green stalks. I just think it's more space to grow. So we will see, y'all. We will see. Now, let's go on over into the main garden. I still need to paint that door yellow. I'm gonna get around to it. I actually already have the spray paint, but you know, you gotta tape stuff up and all of that stuff. So we haven't done that yet. Anywho. Okay, so my plan for the spring garden. If you remember, I said I was just gonna let these plants go until it was time to plant for summer. I'm not gonna do that. I need more broccoli, y'all. And I think that if I had planted all green magic, I would feel comfortable with the amount of broccoli I had. All of the bags down the middle were green Goliath, which I just don't feel like it produced well. And then we had Godzilla, we had the DICICCOs. They just didn't produce well. So my plan for spring is I am going to replant these beds with green magic broccoli. And so with that being said, I have to start more broccoli. I'm trying to get a spring harvest of broccoli. I am going to leave these until it is time to plant because I can get side shoots, but I do want another harvest of broccoli heads. Green magic take like 55 to 65 days to mature. That is enough time for me to get the broccoli harvest, and I can still plant for summer early, or in May when I plan to. Right now we have broccoli that is still trying to produce, y'all. This is the green Goliath. I will say it's a very cold hardy variety. I will tell you that. Like, all of them now have broccoli heads in them. However, this is taking a long time. Now this I should have harvested, and I was just like, I really don't want this, which is crazy. I should have harvested, and I will the next time that they are ready. Oh, like, look at that one. It's a decent size. It's just not a size that I want for my goal, which was to save broccoli for a year. But that was also a part of my plan. Plant out different varieties to see which one does better. Now I know it's the Green Magic. I'm gonna replant these 2 block beds, and maybe even this bed that has cabbage in it. I may also replant this. So all 3 of these beds I may replant with broccoli in spring. For sure these 2, because I want another broccoli harvest. Now, the broccoli that's in these purple Bootstrap Farmer bags, this is where my potatoes are gonna go. So I can't plant more broccoli in these bags, because the same time I'm planting broccoli, I'll be planting my spring potatoes. That's what's going in these purple bags. There's 20 bags. All 20 bags are gonna have potatoes in them. Then you have the bed over here that also has broccoli in it, y'all. The birds, this is all the birds coming through here with the straw, but it's okay. These are also going to get pulled, and I'm going to replant with Green Magic broccoli. These down here are Green Magic. So I think up until like right here is Green Magic. And so leaving them, and we still have some of them that have heads growing in them. So up until mid-February, these will stay. Everything out here will stay up until like mid-February. But like the DICCOs down here, I ain't seeing nothing. Like, not even seeing a head. But in their defense, they were shaded for a good portion of the time where they would have been growing. We're gonna replant all of these broccoli, and I need to like get on starting more broccoli seeds, because this was not my original plan. But it is my plan now. The collard plants are gonna stay for the spring, because these will start to grow again and I can start to harvest them. If you remember, all the way over there is also collard, so we'll be leaving those as well. And this bed is gonna stay. This is garlic, and some of the garlic that we planted, I wanna say in November, is starting to come up. So if you remember, I was a little nervous. I was like, is that garlic down there rotting? At least one is not. And so I'm excited about that. That is what the garden is looking like right now. But let's talk about what it's gonna look like for summer. Oh, didn't show you the Brussels sprouts over here. I've also covered this, and when you see the other video, you'll understand why I did this. But these plants are looking good as well, y'all. And so we still have Brussels sprouts growing. They look good. They're small, but they are growing. And that is what we're shooting for. Okay, so one of the things that I normally do not do is try to plant tomatoes and peppers in the beds. I haven't had success. And let me not say I don't try. I have tried. I have not had success. But we're gonna learn this. We're gonna figure out what the difference is in these beds. I'm planning to use a good amount of worm castings now that I have them. Still need to harvest them. I plan to use bone meal, that kind of stuff in these beds. So with that being said, for this first block bed right here, we are gonna put some peppers in it, y'all. We're gonna put peppers in the back section of it. And I am planting, so this is a 28 square foot bed. So it's a 4x7. So I could put 4 peppers across all the way down this bed if I wanted to. I'm gonna do 3 to give them space. Also because I'm assuming the nutrients in this bed is not what it should be, and peppers are heavy feeders. We're gonna do 3, kind of like I did with the broccoli this year. I decided instead of putting 4 plants in, we were gonna put 3 plants in each row. It worked out really well. We're gonna mix some marigolds in here, some basils. We're also gonna put beans in here. Beans always grow well in this bed, and so I'm not worried about that. Oh, we're also gonna try to plant some more onions, and I'm going to put 5 per square feet. I want to say when I looked it up, they said you can do 9, but I'm aware that there is a nutrient issue. That's the only thing I could think of in the summer though, because it produces just fine in the fall, which I've always said. I say it all the time. And then we're also going to put some nasturtiums in that bed. So that's the plan for the first garden bed. And the second garden bed, the second block bed, is going to be leeks, nasturtiums, beans, tomatoes. I'm put some bush tomatoes in there, not indeterminate. I'm very much trying more bush tomatoes this year in the main garden, just to make it easier for me, hopefully for them to produce much larger amounts at one time so that I can preserve them at one time or freeze them. Let's just be clear. I don't always preserve as soon as things come out. Marigolds and basil. That's the plan, and we'll be drawing that out at the bottom of the page, making any notes that we need to make. The middle bed, because I want lots of black beans, is going to be full of black beans, and you can put 9 beans into a square foot. I do plan to do that. Have not had an issue with that in the garden bed, so that will be 126 black beans. Also, that means that that bed will be taken up for most of the summer, because with black beans, at least I let them dry on the plant. That takes a little while. So that whole bed will pretty much be used up for most of the summer. So like I said, have not planned for under the grapevine yet, just because I just don't know. I don't know what to put there, and I have to think through that. The bed that now has the cabbage in it, we are doing calendula. Calendula has grown so well over there. So if it's not broke, I say, why try to fix it? We're also gonna plant corn over there. We did that last year. The corn grew really well. I guess, misunderstood what people were saying when they were telling me how to pollinate. I needed to wait for the silks, and I didn't have any silks. So we're definitely giving corn a try, because we did grow corn. We didn't grow good corn, but we grew corn. So we're giving that a try. And up under the corn, we're doing nasturtiums. I do not want to do 3 sisters. I tried it. The beans were tangled, and I know that I'm supposed to use shelling beans. Yeah, I'm not doing 3 sisters. We don't eat a lot of winter squash, so I don't see the point in growing a squash just to say that I did a 3 sisters. So we're not doing that. But we are going to put some nasturtiums down at the bottom of it, because I love nasturtiums. They're beautiful flowers. I like to eat them. Am I ever going to eat that many nasturtium plants? No, but it'll be pretty. So then we have the area where we have collards now, but I have not planned that area out just yet either. Oh, the larger Vigo bed right here where we had the cabbage, I put all chamomile in there. First of all, I want it to re-sow in that bed. And second of all, I just want a lot of chamomile, and I have not had a lot of success with chamomile over the last few years. Oh, and the quick tent bed where the garlic is now, oh no. I gotta rethink that, because the garlic won't be out until June. I wanted to put asters in there, but asters' days to maturity is very long, so that's not gonna work. I need to find. I'm gonna put them in the flower bed too, but I wanted them like in the middle of the garden as well. But we gotta rethink that. Oh, no. It's where the Brussels sprouts are. So that's gonna be dwarf sunflowers and asters. That's what that bed. I'm so sorry. Disregard everything I just said. It's gonna go where the Brussels sprouts are, because they should be out, early, so I can plant in May. But that's pretty much the plan for the garden coming up. Not finished by any means. That's the preliminary planning for the garden coming up, and I'm very excited. Still need to do this lilac, because I completely forgot it was here. But this might be another pepper. I might just make this whole thing a pepper green stalk, because I do like my novelty peppers. I just don't want them to take up too much space. But I need to make sure that I have everything else that I need first. Anywho, that is the preliminary garden plan for this upcoming 2026 year. I will continue to take y'all along with me as I complete the planning for the garden. So when it is completely done, I'll post it in the community section if y'all tell me that was helpful. But I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.